It was a frequent sight in the 80s and 90s, and it's continued on till today. Playoff football in the Bay Area as we welcome you to Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And they'll start by trying to reverse. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A run for the first time with Divisional Rd. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Penix working out of the gun here. And complete to Drake London. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
He's got the speed and the agility, so good with run after catch. And only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Here's Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be... at the 49ers' 25-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
And the Falcons first down.
And looking to throw, Penix. Back to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, Do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Here we go, here we go.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The 4-3 defense there did its job, funneled things right to the middle linebacker.
If they do a nice job of playing team defense, everyone takes care of their responsibilities. That allows that guy in the middle to do his job, which is search and destroy.
Purdy from the gun. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
It was a frequent sight in the 80s and 90s, and it's continued on till today. Playoff football in the Bay Area as we welcome you to Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, and we got a great one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
Set to kick off.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he's up across the 25 and down at the...
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Divisional Rd. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D-ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now Penix. In the middle of the field, he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
To the air, Penix. His throw incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll throw with Penix. Checks this one down to Robinson. A little juke. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield. Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Second and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down.
And this is third down.
Looking to throw, Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
9 yards on the first down. Keeper in at 2nd and 1. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Atlanta.
Harris will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes the score 7-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
Outside. We go 18. Watch out.
McCaffrey running up the middle. Now inside the 25. Christian McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 58 yards. And the Niners are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now they can't bring him down. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time I look and repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2 yards to go, second down. Back to throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's go.
Back to throw now on first down. Now Pennett's going to hold on to it. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here we go, set. Back to 60, back to 60.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. But we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
At the 49ers, 24-yard line.
Robinson up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They are going for it. Penix. He'll try to do it himself. Touchdown, Falcons. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Falcons take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
Okay, the highlights are going to show the guy throwing it, the guy catching it, and ended up in the end zone. How about those big guys up front that allowed that to happen? He had a ton of time to throw the ball.
He did. There's two sides to that coin, though. The O-line was great, D-line not very good.
And as well as coverage, because now you're really stuck in a bad spot. That much time to throw the ball, someone usually comes free.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
The Falcons will line up.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They're going to run it with Harris. And he will get into the end zone. And it's now a 2-score game as the lead moves to 9. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. The 20. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 12-yard line. 129 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5, go back to 4. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Back to throw, Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Get set, get set. Watch out. Start.
They go play action here. Purdy. That's caught at the 1. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle taking it in. And the 49ers are back within a score. Purdy and the Niner offense, they'll stay on the field. They'll try to go for 2 here.
Yellow. Up.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
An ideal beginning of the drive there is they'll get 20 and a first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Looking to throw. Here's a screen for Robinson. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for London on the out route complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Last week in that wild card win, only 1 catch, and now he's got his first catch here, and it's good for a first down. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing again, Penix. Complete to Zacchaeus. Gets around him. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Penix to the air once more. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. In motion comes the tight end left. They'll try and throw. Here's Penix. And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The Folks' kick is good.
And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
21,
Purdy off the play fake. This is a diving effort by Evans. What a catch. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
What's up?
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Get set.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. Now 3rd down and 7. And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Ricky Pearsall, 37 yards. And the Niners have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. And looking to throw, Penix sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
2nd and a couple.
Ready. Ready.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to the receiver. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
To throw again is Penix. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Penix. And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their 1st interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Olamide Zaccheaus from 13 yards out. And the Falcons have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now, the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey.
And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Purdy now to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Purdy on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Brought down by Zach Harrison. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
172 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man. And he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though. But I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jake Tonjes from 4 yards out. And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
The 49ers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Purdy will throw for it.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good.
Falcons 26, 49ers 25.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Looking to throw, Penix.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Penix. That's caught left side. The tight end Pitts. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lock behind it. Wow.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 198 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
This is McCaffrey. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Get set. Rise up.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's 1st and goal.
Outside. 18. Watch out.
McCaffrey. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout.